We will study today about the dielectric properties of materials. So first we will discuss what are dielectrics. Dielectrics are actually insulators which have a unique characteristic of being able to store electric charge. Here in the diagram, conducting plate, second conducting plate, and in between the two conducting plate is a dielectric material. This dielectric material is insulator and it is used for storing the electric charge here. The electron in these substances are localized. In dielectric materials, because these are insulated, the electron are delocalized, electron cannot move freely. Covalent or ionic bonds may be present, a mixture of both bond or van der Waals bonding may be present in these dielectric materials. Dielectric materials may be gases, liquids or solids. Liquid dielectrics are mainly used as impregnates for high voltage paper insulated cables. What are paper insulated cables? In these cables, oil impregnated paper is used for insulation of cable, and here the oil is a dielectric material. Dielectric materials are also used in capacitors. Capacitors are for storage of electric charge. Dielectrics are used as filling and cooling media for transformers and circuit breakers. In between the circuit breakers, dielectric material is filled, and in the different parts of the transformer, dielectric material is filled. It is used as a cooling because dielectric material is insulated. There will be no flow of electric current through these different parts. So in this way, dielectric material will cause cooling of the transformers. And most common properties of dielectric materials are, which we will discuss in the later slides: dielectric constant, dielectric strength, insulation resistance, surface resistivity, loss factor, tangent of loss factor in terms of a capacitor or phase difference, polar or non-polar materials. We will discuss all these in next slides. The example of gaseous dielectrics are nitrogen, hydrogen, etc. They have dielectric constant value 1.0. The best dielectrics are polystyrene, polycarbonate, polyethylene. These are all polymers, mineral oil, pure alumina, and pure silica. These are all examples of uh, dielectric constant. What is dielectric constant? Here is the relationship between D and E. There is direct relationship between D and E. D, charge density, in an electric field, charge density, and E, applied field strength. These are directly proportional to each other. In this equation, epsilon is dielectric constant of the medium which is placed between the two plates or two electrodes. Electric field is produced between positively and negatively charged plates. These are two plates or two electrodes which are negatively and positively charged. There is a medium between two plates, and this medium is dielectric medium. And here the epsilon is the dielectric constant of this dielectric medium. And if there is vacuum between the two plates, no medium, then the epsilon value is equal to epsilon naught. D is equal to epsilon naught E if the vacuum is present between the two plates. And epsilon naught value is at 0.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad per meter, and epsilon naught is called absolute permittivity. Now, what is relative permeability of a dielectric material? This dielectric constant is a term of dielectric material. Likewise, absolute permittivity is also a term related to dielectric materials. So relative permeability is also a term used for dielectric material. Relative permeability is the ratio between two things, E naught and E. E naught is the field density produced in dielectric medium, and E is the field density produced in vacuum by the same electric field strength. ER is also called macroscopic dielectric constant. There is another definition of the relative Relative permittivity, and this is the ratio of capacitance of a condenser containing a given dielectric to the same condenser with the vacuum as dielectric. Equation is on the next. So it is the second definition of relative permeability, epsilon divided by epsilon naught. Uh, in other terms, which are related with the dielectric material, phase difference, and dielectric loss, a dipole tends to align itself along the direction of applied electric field. How dipole align in the direction of applied electric field? Plates. There are two plates for application of electric field: negatively charged plate and positively charged plates or electrodes. There is dipole between the two plates, and this dipole will align in such a way that its positive pole will be towards negative plate and its negative pole will be towards positive plate. In the same way, all other dipoles will align. And if there is alternating current field, so for alternating current field tend to follow the field, the dipole will follow the field, and as the field change, the dipole alignment will also change. The dipole will be in phase with the alternating current changing field. However, the interaction of this dipole with other dipole in the medium prevent this, and this leads to dielectric loss. There is a force of attraction between the positive and negative poles of two dipoles, and due to this alignment may disturb. Some of this alignment may disturb, and some of the alignment is lost, and this is called dielectric loss. Here the charge which is stored is lost, and the loss appear as heat energy. It is lost in the form of heat. The dielectric loss is connected to with epsilon r double bar, which is epsilon r double bar is called the imaginary part of dielectric constant. The rate of loss of energy in unit volume of the material is obtained. This is the rate of loss of energy in unit volume. 1 by 2 epsilon naught epsilon r double bar, which is the imaginary part of dielectric constant, omega E naught square. There are some reasons of dielectric loss or energy loss in dielectric materials. It may be due to ionization. It will be discussed later how ionization takes place. It may be due to leakage current. Leakage current is unwanted flow of current from negative plates to positive plate, and polarization and structural inhomogeneity. There can be more polarization here, and due to more polarization, there will be more forces of attraction between the two dipoles, and this way this type of alignment will be disturbed and dielectric loss will take place. Structural inhomogeneity, and here due to structural inhomogeneity, the alignment may be disturbed and dielectric loss will take place. How ionization loss takes place? Ionization loss occur in gases and in those solids which have pores, because in the pores these solids have entrapped gases. So what happens with these gases or entrapped gases? With the rise in field strength, when the electric field strength is increased, means positive charge is increased, negative charge is increased. A stage is reached when the gas molecule get ionized due to collision. Here the gas molecules are present. They will collide with each other, and there will be more force of attraction towards oppositely charged plates, and due to this they will ionize, they will lose electrons, and due to loss of electron there will be enhanced conduction of electricity because free electrons will be present here, leading to dielectric loss. And this is conduction of electricity take place, mean leakage current, unwanted current will flow here. At low or ordinary electric field, the conductivity is low, when electric field is high, here the conductivity is high, leakage current is high. When the electric field is low, the conductivity is also low, and hence loss is also small. Due to leakage current, the losses in highly conducting liquids and solids are high. If there are highly conducting liquids and solids are used, there will be more losses due to leakage current. In case of neutral liquids, in case of neutral liquids, there will be less polarization because more polarization cause energy losses. So for neutral liquids which are used here will be small, the dielectric loss will be small as neutral liquids have less conductivity. Dielectric strength. Uh, as the voltage applied across a dielectric is increased, dielectric loss loses its insulation property at a certain voltage called the breakdown voltage. Here is electric field is applied across a dielectric material, and by increasing the voltage of electric field, a time reaches when here flow of current will start, and that voltage is called breakdown voltage. Here insulation property is lost at breakdown voltage and flow of electric current will start. The corresponding field strength EBR is given by EBR is corresponding field strength, VBR is breakdown voltage, and T is thickness of the material. Uh, VBR per unit thickness of the material is called the dielectric strength and usually expressed in volts per millimeter or megavolt per meter. The breakdown of a dielectric is due to how the breakdown will take place. Although it is an insulated material, how the electric current will start to pass at very high voltage. The electrons which are coming at a negative plate will collide with the molecules, these dielectric molecules, and due to collision with the electrons which are present here in the molecules, these molecules eject the electron. By the collision of the electrons which are coming here, the electrons will be ejected from these molecules, and due to this, large number of electrons will be produced which will flow toward the positive side, and this way dielectric law dielectric loses its insulation property and flow of electric current will take place, and that voltage at which flow of electric current will take place is called breakdown voltage. Power factor for dielectric material, it is the ratio of power loss, dielectric loss means, in a material to the product of applied voltage and current is called power factor. The power factor depend on nature of the material, applied voltage, humidity, temperature, and frequency. You know well about polar and non-polar molecule. These are HCl and carbon monoxide are example of polar molecule. Polar molecules have permanent dipole moments, and there is separation of positive and negative charges. There is asymmetric arrangement of positively and negatively charged regions. Polarization. How polarization takes place? Here is for non-polar material. For how polarization takes place? This is a non-polar material, and when electric field is applied, positive and negative plates, what happens? Its electron cloud is distorted. And it will be converted into induced dipole. The negative pole will be attracted towards positive plate, and the positive nucleus will be attracted towards negative plate. When a material is placed in electric field between the plates of a condenser, the field strength of charged particle within the material interact with the electric field. If the material is conductor, if here in place of this material, here is a conductor material, what will happen? Free electron will simply move from negative to positive plate, and electric conduction will take place and no field is left within the material. Free electrons simply move to the side nearest the positive electrode until they totally counteract the applied electric field. No field is left within the material when there is free movement of electrons. The displacement of charged particle occurs almost simultaneously, bringing about equilibrium. Displacement of charged particle means positive in case of if here are conductor, positive charges will move towards here, negative charges will move toward here, and there will be equilibrium between these movement. If the material is non-conducting like this, it is a dielectric material insulator. Electron can only be displaced locally as they are bound to the individual atom. Electrons are locally displaced. They are not permanently removed from these molecules. They remain inside the molecule, but only the electron cloud is distorted. This local displacement of electron, however, is sufficient to polarize the material. Due to this local displacement, this material becomes polarized. The negative electron cloud is displaced in each atom relative to the positive nucleus, thereby creating a small induced dipole whose negative pole is towards the positive side of electric field. So with these small induced dipoles are produced, all dielectric material are subjected to such electronic polarization. This is called electronic polarization. The nonpolar materials, by the application of electric field, become induced dipoles. This is called electronic polarization. Uh, in some molecules may be permanent dipoles like water, hydrogen chloride, polyvinyl chloride. These are examples of permanent dipoles. These have permanent dipole moments. There are many polymers of this type and glasses contain and this type of permanent dipole. The permanent molecular dipole in such materials can rotate about their axis of symmetry. So here are permanent dipoles in the absence of electric field, and when the electric field are applied, permanent dipoles align themselves. How they align themselves? Their negative pole is towards positive plate and their positive pole is towards negative plate. This is alignment. And about their axis of symmetry to align with applied field. This is known as orientation polarization. So polarization which takes place in permanent dipoles by application of electric field is called orientation polarization. Already the molecule is polarized, only it changes its orientation, its alignment. With a rise in temperature, here is the space charge polarization, how space charge polarization takes place. With a rise in temperature, the degree of polarization decreases. At high temperature, there is less polarization. In the process of orientation polarization, which we have studied in the previous slide, carriers or molecules collect at the boundaries between the constituent materials. These are the boundaries of these materials. So the negative poles will collect at this boundary and the positive poles will collect at this boundary, resulting in local distortion of applied field. Due to attraction between positive and negative, a distortion of electric field will take place. A decrease in electric field will take place due to this force of attraction. And by increasing the field strength or by decreasing the field strength, here the carriers which are collected change, and this is called space charge polarization. Non-polar materials like hydrocarbons, these are no example of non-polar materials. When the molecules are subjected to an external electric field, the positive and negative charges experience electric forces tending to move apart in the direction of external field. So in non-polar materials, induced dipole is produced, the negative side towards positive plate and positive side towards negative plate. Induced dipoles are present in non-polar materials, which we have also studied in earlier slides. Okay, the center of positive and negative charges no longer coincide and the molecule are said to be polarized. Here, this is the same example, induced polarization by application of electric field. Another term is insulation resistant. What is insulation resistance? The alternating current resistance between two electrical conductors or two systems of conductors which are separated by an insulating material. An insulating material is placed between two conductors, and due to this insulating material, an alternating current experiences resistance, and this is called insulation resistance.